Hi guys. Whew. Hello, hello. Let's get this started. um, so I start my lives with music. This time I always play some form of electronic music because that is how I connect myself even more, and my brain waves um, I just start to channel things a lot better. Let's just put it like that. But this time I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna play something softer because I have a lot of information in my mind, so I don't want to be distracted. So, hello. Um, let's put some, let's see, 432 hertz music frequencies. Hello, hello. Um, it, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. However, I'm probably going to be answering after I give the presentation of what is going to happen, and then we can talk all you guys want. I can't wait to start speaking, to be honest. But I have to take my time and I have to center myself because it's a lot. Okay, and then you guys tell me if the sound is okay, the music volume is okay, so I know that you guys can hear me. It's like really low. Okay. Come on, soothing sounds here. Beautiful, beautiful. The sound should be okay, right? So who is logged on? Where are you guys from? Is the chat even open? It seems like it's open, so let me go into YouTube. Beautiful, this is perfect, the exact kind of music that I needed today. Um, it's for concentration. Lauren, God, I've been thinking about you so much. Lauren, thank you so much for watching my stories. Where is everybody else from? Okay, here we go. Yay, I found you guys. Okay, here we go. Yay, I found you guys. Okay. I just, coffee. You know, I've been asking God and I've been asking all my helpers, like, where do I start from? You know? Because there's different levels to the truth. You know, there's different levels. It's like, I'm like, can I tell them the entire truth? You know? And they're kind of looking at me like, well, some people might react, and that's what we're trying to ease. We're trying to ease the reactions of fear. Okay? The best advice I can give you guys is do what you need to do to protect your mental health. Your mental health is the most important thing right now. In other words, if you don't feel like doing something, don't do it. This is how you protect your mental health. If you don't feel like going to work, you already got the answer. And then we go into the dilemma of, oh my God, but I need to pay my bills, but whatever. But you can take at least one work day and be like, listen, I need to do me today. And then you hang up the phone and you do you, okay? There is a reason why I am telling you this, because they are going to attack our mental health immensely. Immensely, immensely, immensely. I apologize in advance if I cry. I don't want to scare you. The people that are going to be watching this video are already gifted. If this video lands in your hands, you are already gifted, okay? I'm going to tell you a little bit about me so I can give you guys some background. For the new people that will be watching this video, I don't know how much this video is going to circulate. It all depends on my level of fear, on my awakening. Because God can only let my videos circulate until, up until how much I can handle the circulation, right? And more spiritualists, more and more people are gonna be coming out and saying these things and doing their job. Okay, just some background, a little bit about me for the new people. I was born a regular person. I wasn't born seeing visions. I wasn't born necessarily psychic. We all as children are born with our natural ability of being intuitive, and that is our birthright. But we shut it down. We shut it down because we need to fit ourselves into this world. All children shut it down. With the exception of a very small percentage. In my case, I was another child that I didn't see visions again. I didn't talk to spirits. I didn't like have an imaginary friend. No, I was just a regular girl. But I came here with awareness. I came here knowing that there is something wrong here. I came here with the ability to see life in cycles and patterns. I am obsessed with patterns because I understand them. So I'll give you an example. This is a pattern right here. This is a pattern. These are patterns, right? So I came here with the ability to, I couldn't understand it. I can't even explain to you. I can't explain to you in words. I just understand them. And I see the cycle in people. And I see especially the cycle of emotions. So that's the only thing that was kind of special, right? But we are all special. So that's that background. I'm just a regular person. With time, I was always curious into spirituality, magic, just magic. Any child likes magic. Well, I kind of liked magic a little too much. I was a little too curious, but I still shut it down later on. After my teenage years, I still shut it down. It's not like I did much anyway. I would just read, and I really liked it. My awakening started happening on my last year of college. I was studying psychology, and it was an extremely difficult year. I was getting ready to go to grad school and do my dream of being in London for grad school. Everything was falling apart in my life because I realized that's not what I wanted. it's like I wanted some aspects of it, but I didn't want to study, because I was born understanding this, that schooling, I knew since I was little that schooling was a form of prison. A lot of people say, like, oh, um, school is to get an education and to do this, and it's so good because the parents, you know, the parents, they go to work and the kids taken care of and blah blah blah, and the education and the education and the education and the education. I was that little girl that I was in school and I was like, this is a waste of time. This is all a waste of time. I know it's important in some way, but this is nonsense, at least for me, because I saw through something that was deceitful. I couldn't explain it, but I knew there was deceit. The reason why I'm explaining this is because I know some people are going to connect with this story, and this is going to help you awaken more, okay? So I have to plant seeds in your brain and in your consciousness so I can help you make connections. So that's that. Then with that awakening, with college, became there was an awakening for me as far as past lives and understanding reincarnation. I became a certified holistic hypnotherapist through Brian Weiss. And I started connecting and understanding past lives. I have a natural ability to be able to hypnotize people. And this my form of hypnosis, and it should be every form of hypnosis, but it's not, is all based on loving energy. It's really based on a deeper meditation. That's it. And then I help you, access much, much deeper parts of yourself and the root of your suffering, whatever it is, cycles, insecurities, whatever, past lives, higher self, things like that. I just thought that I was going to be, with that, I started awakening to being psychic. I just thought that I was going to be this normal psychic person, and I was just going to be a normal hypnotherapist and just help people. But I started awakening even more when I did that for a few years, and you can see you can see all of my YouTube. I highly suggest you watch, because all the videos that I've been putting out throughout the years are things to help you prepare mentally for what's to come. So now I look back at all my videos, and those things are going to help people prepare mentally. So so that's that. My turning point in my life came when about a year and a half ago, God told me to sell everything in my beautiful, comfortable South Beach apartment. I had a comfortable life. And God told me to get rid of everything. And He fooled me a little bit. God has to do that sometimes to get you going towards the right direction, And so I'm selling my things thinking I'm gonna do XYZ with my life. And turns out that God wanted me to live out of my car. And it turned into an 8-month journey of living out of my car. Going from a beautiful, comfortable, pretty luxurious life. I can't say I made a ton of money, but I was very comfortable. To living out of my 2006 Scion TC that was in my grandmother's house, that was just sitting there for years because I just didn't sell it. And I couldn't sell it, and I didn't need it for years. And then all of a sudden, God is telling me, you need to get in that car. And I'm like, what? And I did. And throughout that process, I started accessing deeper levels of pain within my system Those deeper levels of pain turn into healings, and that healings turn into awakenings. And so I was able to go completely inside myself and understand all the connections of all my cycles of trauma that I've had. And not only do I understand the cycles of trauma that I've had, I've been able to also see it in other people and understand them. With that training, after I got out of the car and the quarantine started, more was revealed to me. What was revealed is we have what is a soul and higher self. And my higher self started revealing herself to me more and more through trances, and based on dancing and based on microdosing. Microdosing on plants, on plant medicines, such as shrooms, psilocybin, and marijuana. And I know that you humans, you normal people, I love you. You guys see that as drugs or something that was construed as a negative thing. That is part of the manipulation that I will be talking about. These are plant medicines. I needed to heal myself in order to be able to take these medicines. I do not look for them. They come to me. So then my higher self has been revealing herself. And the revelation has been that my higher self is from another planet. Your souls have a blueprint. Just like you have a human heritage blueprint, like, you know, your mom is German and your dad is whatever. I went deeper than that blueprint and into where my soul comes from. I have a very important video where I trans-channeled the sun, which is genuinely where I'm from. And the sun belongs to Father God. So if you want to watch that video of me trans-channeling the sun, it's quite amazing, a little bit shocking, but amazing. And it's called The Truth Will Set You Free, but it will first piss you off. I highly suggest you watch that. Okay, so now you understand the background. I came from being a Joe Schmo to turning into a hippie homeless, and then being completely wide awakened, completely taken out of the matrix. And now I understand myself. And I mean, I always understood it, but it's always more and more and more, okay? Because the truth has levels. So I needed to detach from society so I can see the complete truth of the deceit of the deceit that is happening right now. I needed to leave everything behind. So yesterday was a day that was ginormous for me because I got some huge revelations, and it's so perfect. The universe is already so perfect because it happened the day that I talked about the DNA and how our souls have DNA and how your DNA is interdimensional and it belongs to other planets. So it's only perfect that after I opened your mind up with that and opened my mind up more with that by solidifying through the spoken word. They were like, okay, you're ready for more. So yesterday was another heavy day of revelations. I'm sorry, I'm connecting, so. Okay, got it. There is a pastor. There is a pastor. His name is Pastor Dana. I want you guys to look him up. This pastor made a video that is circulating a lot about what's gonna come. And that video came to me. I already knew that video came to me, and it expanded my mind even more, because they were like, okay, let's plant this seed so then we can show you with clarity everything that's everything more with clarity. I'm sorry I'm taking my time, but I just need to make sure I say this clearly, and I need to speak slowly so it can penetrate your brain, okay? So this pastor, I want you to guys watch that video, but anyway, the point is that God keeps saying, brace yourself. And I've heard it too. God is saying, brace yourselves for what's coming. And bracing yourselves means do not participate in the things that are going to start to come out. The best thing that you can do is just stay silent, work on your mental health, work on your happiness, and send out love. Because in September, now we're starting. In September, things are gonna start to get ugly. But it's gonna be more silent. In October, the tension is gonna escalate. And in November, shit is gonna hit the fan really hard. Okay, I'm just gonna say it because it just keeps coming in my mind. There's gonna be a civil war, okay? There's gonna be a civil war, and you cannot participate in that war. Be very careful with the things that you post. Do not post things that are mean. Do not post things that are, even if you're mad. Like, okay, somebody right now, a little bit ago, she said that she was gonna unsubscribe me because I'm spreading fear, and how can I be as, and then she said something about like, you stupid spiritual gurus, and all that stuff. And she's like, unsubscribe. That lady needed to do what she needed to do for her mental health, because in the back of her mind, she's scared. And that is okay, okay? I just don't want you to engage in things that are hateful, because there is going to be a civil war. And there are going to be troops, and the troops are not going to be only American troops. The troops are going to be Chinese troops and Russian troops, okay? Okay. There is a secret operation happening. This secret operation, there's a lot of secret operations, okay? But the secret operation that I'm talking about is between Trump and Russia, okay? Whatever you hear about Russia, it's not true. Whatever we have heard about Russia, it's not entirely true. It's not. There's a lot of deceit. Our media has been completely rigged. And you know how we hear about Russia that it's kind of a disaster, or they're extremely strict, and you can't do this and you can't do that, and blah, you know. That is not what I saw in my mind. That is not the visions that I saw. Okay? The visions that I saw is that there is a secret operation and between the US and Russia, and they are on our side. They are on our side, okay? So whatever happened in the past, it's in the past with Russia. Apparently, from what I saw, they are on our side. They're doing a secret operation. And it made so much sense because my best friend Kathy went to Russia last year, and she told me, and this came to me as well during the visions, she told me, girl, Russia is amazing. Russia is beautiful. I don't I don't know what they talk about Russia. Like what, like no. Russia is beautiful. It's organized. It's people are so free and open. That's what Kati told me. That's what they're pretty much telling me. It's skewed. The vision is skewed. It's not the way that you think, okay? Okay. So Russia, wait. What do you want me to say next? Okay, I'm sorry guys. Right, okay. It's a pause, sorry. They're like, take your time. This is not a race, right? It's just yesterday I was like, like when I saw these things, I was just like, and it was just like, I kind of went into a bit of a panic. So I don't want to do any of that. And they're like, no, take a break. Just let people, let it simmer. All right, so within the revelation that our souls are not of human DNA entirely. So there's a part of our DNA that we don't know about. And that DNA that we don't know about is our interdimensional DNA, okay? It's our extraterrestrial DNA. What is happening in other dimensions that you guys cannot see is that there is a war going on. So, okay, thank you. There's a war going on. So the way that it works is that we are a baby planet. We are a beautiful, innocent baby species. We are these beautiful humans, and they've been trying to cultivate us this whole time. They've been trying to cultivate us and protect us this whole time. But within that cultivation and protection, there's always a darker force that wants to take advantage of the innocence of people. You know this, okay? There's a darker force that wants to take advantage of the innocence of people. So what I saw, we need to pray a lot for Trump. We need to pray a lot for this man. I understand that some of you don't like this man. We need to leave whatever resentments we have within ourselves, within our families, and then later on it would turn into him in the past and behind. Because it doesn't matter what he's done in the past. Right now, he's the one that is capable of getting this shit over with, okay? He's the only one that is capable. He could be the entire asshole that you want him to be, but he's the one that has the strength, the knowledge, the vision, the understanding, because he's been into the darkness. That's why he needed to be an asshole. He's been into the darkness, but his redemption is to save this country. You heard that, right? His redemption is to save this country. So we need to pray for that man. And we need to pray for America more than ever, okay? Because these darker forces are the forces that are behind pedophilia, okay? These darker forces, what they do is that they have created a system of addictions for us. And this addiction gets passed down from person to person. So it keeps us in manipulation. And so what happens is that when you have an addiction through drugs, through codependence, whatever, right? That addiction, then it disturbs your anger and disturbs your lower emotions. And through that disturbance, they come in and they make you do things like blow up buildings. They come in and they make you do things like rape little kids. So in other words, pedophilia and going mentally insane is a demonic possession. Okay, guys? So we need to see people, this sounds wild for me to say, but this is the ultimate truth. We need to see people that have addictions, and we need to see people that are mentally ill with a lot of kindness and a lot of love. Just like we need to see the asshole with a lot of kindness and a lot of love. Why? Because they were being possessed and manipulated. And nobody deserves to be possessed and manipulated. You see what I'm saying? This is why we need to be kind to people with addictions, because they are going to rise. They are going to disturb our mental health immensely. And I saw visions through, I channel through music, right? So I saw visions of a lot of humans. A lot of humans. I even had it. I was part of it. This is why I had to go in the car, so I can heal that. And then when I healed that, the plants came to me. So we all have what is called the addiction. It's called the addiction. And the addiction is the mental plug. And even if you think you don't have it, I promise you, unless you're completely in 5D and you don't feel judgment, like I don't feel judgment anymore, and you know how to feel pain, like I feel pain for other people and I cry it out, then you have the addiction. If you have strong outbursts of looking at someone and being like, oh my God, that girl is so ghetto, you're not on 5D just yet, okay? You're not on Christ consciousness just yet, okay? So the Christ is coming, and it's the consciousness of Christ. The one that was selected was Trump to clear this, okay? Because these darker forces were taking advantage of our beautiful baby humanity. But this is why the Christ is coming through healers like myself, so we can tell you that you're not a baby anymore, okay? We are graduating from the baby stage. This is why it's apocalypse, it's revelations, okay? Apocalypse is a graduation of the baby stage of humanity. It's time for you to know the truth, and it's time for you to know how powerful you truly are. And guns are not the answer. Guns are not the answer, okay? A lot of people think that being powerful is buying yourself a gun. No. Your power is gonna come through your heart. Your power is gonna come through forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key to unlocking your mind. So if I were you, for the next week, I would write 20 things that bother you and you can forgive yourself for. You're going to put your hand in your heart. You're going to feel the pain and the disappointment and say, I forgive you. I'm sorry. I thank you and I love you. And you're going to forgive yourself and forgive others and forgive whatever. And it doesn't matter if it's a big thing or a little thing. That I'm giving you guys these pointers because these are the things that are going to help you unlock your mind. I will continue to be doing more. I will help you guys unlock your mind more. I promise. But I have to start giving you little things. Give yourself the homework. Because the more you unlock your mind, the more you can unlock other people's mind through the power of your heart. It's a wave. It's an effect. Okay? Okay. So I've been connecting with this extraterrestrial part of myself. Because I am now on 5D consciousness. I don't think like a human being anymore. I am in human form. I'm still human. But I am more than human. I embody my extraterrestrial self now. And a lot of people do. I've been posting things and I've had doctors, holistic doctors, reach out to me and applaud me for my bravery and for speaking out. Because what this force does to the spiritual community is that it shuts us up by telling people that we're crazy, by telling people that this is a conspiracy. This is not a conspiracy. This is apocalypse, and this is a real thing, and this is the Great Awakening. Okay? So there's this other thing as the civil war is going to rise. Shit is going to hit the fan in November. Nobody goes out in November. Okay, I don't care. Nobody leaves their house in November. If you want, December. Nobody leaves your house starting October, honestly. September, you begin to prepare. September, you're gonna buy food. Yeah, now is the time. I mean, not now, but I'm saying September, you're gonna buy food and you're gonna stock up on food. Now is the time. Like before, you know how I criticized and we criticized, right? Oh my God, these people buying food and the hoarders and the fear and da. Okay, forget the fear, forget the hoarder. I'm just letting you know that there's a hurricane coming. So what do we do when there's a hurricane coming? We buy food, right? And we stock up for the hurricane, right? So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna buy food and you're gonna stock up for the hurricane. But that is only gonna be part 2. There's a part 3. Okay, so during the Civil War, which is the elections, Washington, D.C. is probably gonna be on fire. I'm saying probably, but probably means it's gonna be on fire. Okay, there's gonna be fire in Washington, D.C. It's a trap. It's a trap, okay? Just like those riots. Those riots were a trap, okay? And you're like, how is it a trap? It's a trap. They want you to go out and riot. They want you to go out and be like, Black Lives Matter! But what you guys don't understand is that when you say Black Lives Matter, energetically, you're summoning the darker forces. Black. Okay? This is why we cannot say Black Lives Matter anymore. We have to say all lives matter. What you can say is, I honor the Black Lives Matter movement as a beautiful movement of recognizing the race. But the truth is that all lives matter at this point. Okay? So these fires are gonna be, and it's not just gonna be in Washington, D.C. There's gonna be a lot of violence, a lot of violence. It's gonna come into the brain and it's gonna activate the brain for people that are having very strong addictions and suffering from addictions, which is a lot of people right now. Oh my God. I will take my time. I met somebody yesterday, famous Grammy Award winning person, in the middle of the night, in the street, ready to blow shit up because they suffer from an addiction. This sounds bizarre, right? How did I meet somebody in the middle of the night that is an award-winning, Grammy award-winning producer that was going mad, wanting to blow things up? Yeah, I met that person. That person is on Netflix. And me and 2 other people sat with that person and we talked to that person. And I was showing the 2 other people how the manipulation is working in his brain. We're gonna see a lot of that. A lot of people are gonna be buying guns. Do not buy guns. Don't buy guns. Everything has a consciousness. So remember how I told you that I was born, I was born with the awareness, but I wasn't born psychic? Well, then I turned into psychic, right? And then now, through the activations and being in the 5D consciousness, which is the Christ consciousness, I am a psychic medium. A lot of people have a hard time trusting psychic mediums, and the truth is that they have a hard time trusting God. Because a true psychic medium, which is most psychic mediums, we all come from God. So why I'm talking about this and about the guns is that everything, myself as a psychic medium, I know that everything has consciousness, which means everything has a mind, okay? Everything has a mind. This is why we have to bless our food. But we shouldn't just bless our food. We should bless everything. Everything. You don't have to bless everything, but you want to start with the most important things in your life, which is your phone. Your phone has a mind of its own. Your phone is your companion and it's working with you. Okay? We are all machines. You're a human machine. Your phone is a material machine. and the spirit comes in through the right brain, okay? So you're a human machine, which is your avatar, and your spirit is working through this avatar through the right brain. The same thing happens to your phone. So you need to be kind to your phone. If you're not kind to your phone is not going to be kind to you, and you're going to be exposed to tappings. The Chinese are tapping our phones. They're tapping TikToks. The Chinese are already here in secret operations, trying to take over. They are involved in a lot of amazing things. They are silently involved in a ton of shit. So we need to bless everything, especially the things that are important to you. My things that are important to me are my family, my food, my phone, and my car. You need to bless those things so you know that you are walking the path of God and nothing is going to happen to you. There's no need to be fearful, just bless it. Because you are a child of God, and you need to remember that. Even if there's fear in your system, just say, God, help me work through this fear and remind me that I am a child of you. I promise you it will show it to you. It will reveal itself to you. And so with these guns have a mind, basically. And they are going to be programmed to want to be used, okay? Just like this cup was made to be drank from. That is the usage. The guns are going to be used, the guns are going to be programmed to be used, especially when that time hits the fan. If you live in a busy, city, just make sure that you're safe. You know, go with family members, get out of the city. Whatever you think that you need to do to feel safe, just do it. You know, and again, a wave of fear is gonna hit your system. That's not the right time to make decisions, okay? The right time to make decisions is after the wave of fear shuts down. Then you will get clarity into what to do, okay? Honestly, I would think that staying in your house is the safest route. However, only you know, depending on the area that you live in. If you live in a lower income area that is busy, that has problems, I would get the fuck out of there. And so, so what is happening? Okay, so what is happening in Venezuela? I didn't want to see it. My parents told me it was going to happen. My parents are very religious and they're very connected, and I just didn't want to see it. You see, there's a lot of things that we don't want to see. We are a population that lives in denial. And so what is happening in Venezuela is going to happen here for some time, which is the violence, the outbursts. I want to say the shortages. I don't want to say too much of the shortages, but the shortages. There's gonna, I have to warn you guys. I saw visions, and people have been getting dreams. That's another thing. So people have been kind of telling me about their dreams. I saw visions that that there's just gonna be violence. Okay, I just saw people that are. I saw like a man throwing a glass bottle and just going crazy and going out into the streets and want to fucking fight. That's what I saw. Okay. So there was burning. Of course, during that time, during the elections, the reason why there's riots, the reason why there's gonna be fire, is because the dark forces. What I saw in my mind was, I'm gonna close my eyes for a second. What I saw in my mind, it was like this, the light is coming, basically. The light is coming into the planet Earth because we are graduating. So the light, which is God, is here to show us, hey, you are a being of love. We are elevating, and there are some things that you have to leave behind. And what that is gonna do is that what I saw is this darker force going like this. You know, because that darker force is this force that has been playing with us and fucking with our minds, and so what that darker force, it's manipulating the Democrats, it's manipulating the pedophiles, it's going into their brain, and that's what they're doing. So the fact that we're connecting and communicating, we're talking about the pedophiles, and pedophiles is disgusting. That is the problem, sure, but it's bigger than that. There's another level to that, because it's not the pedophiles exactly, it's the manipulation through them. Okay, so it's the darker force. So what we have to do is just pray to God, send a lot of love, pray to also, you are God. Your heart is what is going to activate everybody else too. So when you meditate, or when you wake up in the morning and you say I love you, or you say, please start saying I love you, please start saying more I love yous, and say I'm sorry, I forgive you, I love you, and I thank you. Just try to wake up every morning and give that love to the world, and give that love to America, because China and a bunch of other countries, they want to do the world domination. They want to go into one. We, the good guys, want to go into one, but China wants to go into one in a way that is going to control all of our minds, and it's just ridiculous. So we have to just go back to love. We have to always go back to love. And whenever you're scared, recognize you're scared, and touch your heart and say, God, help me release this fear. And then that's it, and go about your ways. During this time, all you're gonna do is live your lives and take care of your mental health. You're gonna start to get ready in September, October, November. You're not gonna leave the house. After the shit hits the fan, after November, after December, things are gonna start to change even more. Okay, I'm gonna fucking lay it out for you. Trump is gonna win. God bless. Trump is gonna win. This is all part of evolution. Other planets have to go through the same thing many years ago, but they don't have that anymore. Other planets are filled with a lot of peace, and they're filled with so much amazing and beautiful technology. And so, and so they came here to teach us. This is I already know how they move the pyramids. You know how we're like, how the fuck do you move these pyramids? They have technology to move these pyramids. It's amazing. It's amazing. I know how it works, but that's not relevant right now. My point is that they come in peace, and they've been here the whole time. They're here. We are them. They are us. They reside in the fifth dimension. I saw them yesterday. They revealed themselves even more yesterday. It was the most beautiful, amazing thing. It was the most beautiful, yet painful, because they told me this is part of the evolution process. So people have to pass, but these souls know that they have to pass. These souls on a deeper level know that it's part of the cleanse. So Mother Nature, along even with the dark forces, Mother Nature created the virus because it's part of the cleanse. And that thing that woke up, that was like, ah! That thing that woke up is that darker force, is that plague. And that plague is going to be all of September, October, but especially November, okay? And that is the plague. That dark force is gonna fucking try to fuck people up, and it's gonna disrupt. Everybody's gonna go through a crisis. And this is only one crisis. There's another one coming. So brace yourselves, okay? This is not about being scared. No. This is about what is important in my life right now. That's the only way that you can save yourself. What is important in my life? My family, feeling happy. That's what's important. That's all you have to do. So basically, have fun in your house. Have fun in your house. Be careful with your surroundings. Be careful when you go out, you know. Right now, there's nothing to fear, but I'm talking about for the upcoming months, you know, and then later on, you're gonna learn to be home. This is why they want us all to go home, to be home. It's a dual process to fuck us up, but to also wake us up. So the lower consciousness people, the people that hold a lot of pain and hold a lot of addictions, is gonna fuck them up. But the people that are not in such lower consciousness is gonna wake them up, all right? And around November, I suggest you start doing it now, but in around November, look at the sky. Everybody is going to look at the sky in November, and you're gonna see a lot of amazing, beautiful things in the sky. I don't want you to be outside while you look at the sky, outside in the streets, protesting or rioting or whatever. No. You're gonna look at the sky from your house. You're gonna look at the sky while you drive and go home. Okay? Look at the sky. It's gonna be very active. And a lot of people are gonna see it. Not everybody's gonna see it. But just start looking at the sky. Especially in November. Pastor Dana, he mentioned that there was, in his dream, he got these prophetic dreams, a lot like mine, and he mentioned that there was these gargoyles, that there was going to be gargoyles in the streets, up above, 10 feet above, 15 feet above, and they're going to be attacking people, okay? I don't quite, remember, it's a dream, so it's a metaphor. I don't quite see it necessarily like that. The way that I see it is that it is going to be there. It's going to be in another dimension where you're not going to be able to see them. But it's going to attack people, and it's just basically going to make people more crazy. It's just going to make people crazy. Going out in the streets, it's going to create madness. So don't go out in the street in November, okay? Just do that. And then later on, also Pastor Dana talked about how there's going to be politicians, and there's going to be a lot of, secret things and laughing and all that stuff. I spoke about this earlier. I saw them laughing. I saw all that, and it's all part of the plan, and there's a lot of crooks. All you have to do is center. Don't even turn on the TV. Just center. It's almost like how can I pretend that there's nothing happening when there's a civil war happening? That's exactly it. You're gonna just keep living your life and be beautiful and send out a lot of prayer and a lot of love, because the power of love, you cannot see it through your physical eyes, but it's there, and it's the strongest energy you have. It's the strongest shield you have. So that's what you're gonna practice. You're gonna practice love. After, I want to say, I don't have a timeline for this, but I want to say soon after. It's almost like there's going to be a huge economic collapse, and there's going to be hyperinflation, and there's not going to be any more money. It's going to be digital, and our money is going to be gone. And be prepared to start bartering with people. Be prepared to have your precious metals, gold and silver. We're gonna go back to those basics for at least some time. What God is saying is that it's all part of the cleanse. It's all part of the process. What we have to do is do not complain, because you're gonna be taken to the other side. Okay? The complain, we've all heard it. Complain stops the flow of abundance. So do not complain. If something, with the day that you hear that that there is no, the day that you hear that there is no $5 bills, $10 bills, whatever, you say, oh, okay. That's it. That's it. So this is how we move through the madness, and we move through the pain, and we move through the fear, okay? Another thing that I want you guys to do is cry. You have to cry. I spent most of the day crying yesterday because I needed to feel the pain of what's going to happen. The more pain I feel, the more visions I get. And we are taught, we are programmed not to feel pain. Pain is your salvation, because pain just wants to move out of your body, and it will evaporate. The way that pain evaporates is through crying. So if you want to turn off this video and it makes you want to cry, cry it out. you will heal. The more you cry, the more you're gonna heal, okay? And then when you start to hear these bad news, you're gonna say, bless the Lord, whatever you want to say, and I send out love, and move through the pain and move through the anguish like a beautiful snake moving through the earth. And then after the madness is over is when things are gonna start to light up. And it's gonna be a totally new consciousness, totally new world. It's gonna be beautiful. But it's part of the process, it's part of the cleanse, and it's part of evolution, everybody. I just want to tell you that I am sorry to bring you these bad news. However, these are warnings. These are warnings. A lot of people are already getting them. You're gonna start to get nightmares. I've had nightmares for I had nightmares 2 months ago about this, but I didn't quite understand it. And it was, the nightmare was a force, an invisible force is coming, and it's a very ugly force. But I remember walking in the dream and being like, you're not gonna fuck with me. No. You know, and this is how you treat that force. You see? You don't treat the force with, oh. No. You are the creator. You don't fuck with me. Okay? Okay. That was a little bit of trans channeling. I knew that I had to. Okay. So I'll just leave it open right now. I'm gonna look into your comments. If you guys have any questions, go ahead. I am here for you for the next, I guess, 10 minutes. I'll give it 10 minutes, or whenever the comments stop. I don't know. Okay. Mr. Gopher. The machine is as it will be. The only way of reaching others is to inspire them to take the transformation themselves. Exactly. The earth was destroyed. We are in the process of learning. Yeah, I mean, the earth was, it wasn't destroyed. I'm gonna correct you a little bit. It was, the civilizations were wiped out. And so what happens is that we were wiped out at one point. But that was just part of the process. We were wiped out because we wiped each other out, and we needed to learn to go back to love. So then we had another chance of doing it again, kind of thing. The ETs are people, are the good ETs, which is most of them, because they're on the higher dimensions, and the higher dimensions is where God resides, you know. So we are kind of in the lower dimensions, but we are about to take that leap to go into a higher dimension, which is beautiful, and which is the 5D dimension, where there is no judgment, where there is truth, where we don't have secrets, where we don't tell lies. So we're headed towards that, but it's gonna take a while. And it's very, you know, it's kind of cool, I have to say. Good. I have to say, it's such a beautiful feeling to know that I am part alien and human, and I don't have judgment in my system. It's such a beautiful feeling to know that I can feel pain, and I'm not scared of pain. And it moves through my body, and it releases. It's such a beautiful feeling to know that these darker forces are not gonna fuck with me, because I know how to handle my heart, right? So this is where we're all headed. Isn't that a beautiful thing? So this is part of the madness. It has to get mad. It has to get ugly before we can all elevate, okay? And they're gonna tell us that you know, if there's gonna be a huge campaign to take down Trump. I mean, it's already there, but it's gonna be huge, and it's gonna be ugly in the media. Do not buy into it. Just don't buy into it. Okay. Sigal, how do we approach a toxic, manipulative family member that has hurt you and your other family? How to approach with love and kindness while seeing through their illusion? That's a great question. So the truth is that you have to stop thinking about that family member, and you have to acknowledge, oh, you know what, Iris told me that for me to step away from that, I have to stop thinking about this person. So God help me to divert my attention, because what I want you to do is, now I want you to put the attention to yourself. And what you're going to do is that you're only going to heal yourself, because what this is telling me and what this says is that you still haven't healed your ancestral trauma. The moment that you heal your ancestral trauma, you can do whatever you want. You can start doing meditations, you can book a session, whatever you like. You can go to the therapist, whatever you like, but you need also isolation for you, because I can see it. Isolation is going to be really good, even though it's boring, even though it's whatever. That's your mind. That's your mind. Like, what do I do? What do I do? That's your mind. Put yourself in isolation at least once a week, where you're completely out by yourself, outside in the grass by yourself, or outside in the beach by yourself for hours. I need you to do that, and then you will start to tap into your pain, and then you will cry it out. You know, if you feel stuck, then you book a session with a healer. You have to divert the attention from your family member onto yourself, because what's going to happen is that you are the key to help to awaken your family. So what you're going to do is that you first have to release. You have one part of the truth revealed, which is understanding the illusion, but you still have the pain stuck in you. So you have to release that pain. The moment that you release that pain, that family member is not going to bother you anymore. That family member, you're going to see that family member with so much love. So much love. And then you're going to heal that person without you realizing, because you're going to see them with love. Because what they're doing is that they're struggling, they're super hurt, and they don't know what to do. And I'm going to be honest with you, they're waiting for you. That person is waiting for you to heal them. But you got to heal yourself first, honey. I hope this helps. Okay. Hi, JB. Look at the sky. It's the color of love, of course. Okay, Patty. Hi, currently crying. Thank you for your message. I'm just looking for advice. I live in Arizona. All of my friends and close family are there. I am currently living in Romania with my fiance. They're safe. They're safe. Arizona is not going to be one of those places. Arizona is a safe zone. The hot parts are going to be more like the bigger cities. So New York, Miami, LA, Washington. The bigger cities are really at risk. So they're going to be good. They still, I mean, there's going to be, it's like a flow of energy, and they will know what to do. But I already know that they're safe. Okay, we are in a process of fiance visa right now. I feel so stuck, especially with everything going on right now. What scares me is that I won't be able to make it. I know. If it doesn't, you have to go with the flow of the energy. If it doesn't work out, it's because it wasn't meant to be that way, and that is okay. Okay? It's about learning how to surrender. That is okay. If you don't get your visa, it's because you're not meant to be here for XYZ reason we don't know. That is okay. All you have to do is pray. Just pray. God, let whatever is meant to be for me, for the highest good, the highest level of love. Everything that you guys are gonna do from now on, you guys are gonna mention, I call upon the highest levels of love. That's it. Or God. You know, but not everybody likes using God, so you can do just the highest levels of love. I call upon the highest levels of love, and I trust, and help me how to trust that everything that is developing is for my highest good. It's beautiful. Okay, Patty. I guess I'm just looking for advice. No worries, I got you. Sigal. Yes, isolation has been so good. I'm alone in the mountains for hours every day where I live. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Isolation outside is your mental health solution. Okay? Isolation outside is your mental health solution. So outside doesn't have to be in the mountains, but outside could be in your porch. Outside could be in your balcony. Okay? Outside is your backyard, of course, and your front yard. Okay? It could be a park. It could be the beach. But it has to be outside, okay? Because outside is how God will communicate with you, because God is everywhere. It is in the plants. I'm so like, I'm so at all like that I was able to, I revealed you guys pretty much like the entire truth. And I needed to close my eyes because I needed to channel that information, because when I have my eyes open, I have stimulation and I'm still human. Oh, my dogs. When I have my eyes open, I'm still human. So I have to close my eyes so I can channel my higher self better. Okay. Dana. Who is Fatima to you? I've been talking to a being called Fatima for a while, and I'm having a hard time discernment. She says she's an angel or could be the divine feminine. That's beautiful. Okay, because you're watching this video, I want to say that amazing question, because if you're watching this video, I want to say chances are this is a guide from God. Okay, this sounds more like your higher self, to be honest. However, there is deceit. Because for the lower I don't want to say lower consciousness, because I don't want you guys to think that you guys are low consciousness, but it depends on your family bloodline. Okay, you can be a very psychic person and have a very fucked up family bloodline, which means your family bloodline consciousness is very low. So when that happens, that's how you attract demons, which is the darker forces. That's how you attract these demons. And so what you have to always do is go back to love, go back to God. If Fatima is really from you, if Fatima is really the divine feminine, show me. And if she's not, make her go away. That's it, boom. And in the name of God, that's it. That's it. It's not that hard, guys. This is what I'm saying. There's nothing to be scared. It's not that hard, because you are the creator and you have this immense connection with the creator, right? So you are little bits of him creating. So so all you have to do is be like, if this is not from God, show me and make it go away right now. But if this is from God, I welcome it with open heart. And it will reveal. It will reveal itself and you will know. And if it's not from God, just say, good riddance, thank you, Lord. That's it. Goodbye. And then, because that has happened to me too, we get deceived for a reason. And also, that's also part of training and opening your mind. We get deceived for a reason, okay? And also, demons, when they come into people's lives, they also promise them powers, they promise them money, they promise them an amazing, beautiful life. They say that they're angels sometimes. So they say a lot of things that God says. So you have to say, God, if this is really you speaking, then, you know, I am open and show yourself. If this is not really you speaking, make this go away. And that's it. When I started trans-channeling the sun, which is Father God, the sun, never did I think I was going to do something like that. which is that video, the trance channeling video. The truth will set you free, but it will first piss you off. After that, I had a panic attack because it was too much. It was too much for me. It was a lot. It was a lot. I never trance channeled that type of thing before, right? It was too much. And then my body, okay, so trance channeling is also a possession, by the way. The thing is that trance channeling is a possession with intent to do good things. That's why it's called a trance channeling, okay? A possession is a possession, a spirit taking over your body to do bad things. A spirit taking over your body without permission. This is why we need to clear our energy every day. God, anything that is of not the highest, any negative energy, I clear it out of my system right now. Any resonance, I clear it. I clear the energy out of the system of my house, because everything has energetic pull. So so after I trance channeled God, Father, God the Son, mind you, like my body was moving in very, very intense ways that I've never felt before. And I also saw from another life, but I didn't quite, it's very fast, but I also saw how I got locked up for saying these truths. And I went into a panic because I didn't want to get locked up. And so then God put me like this. And he was starting to speak to me, and he was saying, you are protected. You are protected. You are loved. We are protecting you. And Trump is your best friend. Trump is your best friend. You are protected. Trump is your best friend. And I'm like, Trump is my best friend? What the fuck? I'm like, who's talking to me right now? I was like, no, this can't be. So it took me a little while to realize that it was God talking to me. So I would ask, I need confirmation, I need whatever, and I would get my confirmation over and over again. But I was still like now more and more gets revealed. So now I'm like, oh, I get it. It was you, God. The thing is that trance channeling again is a invited form of possession. So yeah, if you're going to communicate with a spirit, if you're going to communicate with something, always make sure that you come from a point of love and get confirmation. And there's nothing to be scared of, because if they're not from God, you just say, okay, you got to go. You don't belong here. And they have to go, because your words have energy, and they are energy. So when you say go, it's like a go. They have to go. And then your heart gets activated, and you don't have to worry about a thing, honestly. Anything else I want to say? Yeah, I think, guys, if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Let it circulate. Thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Okay, there's a reason why I am speaking out, and there's a lot of healers, a lot of doctors, a lot of people that know what is going on, and they cannot speak. There's a reason, because their throats are not activated, okay? Through a meditation, my throat like got activated, and when I got out of the meditation, I was like, I'm ready to talk, you know? So what I'm saying is that this force has been silencing people, silencing people's throats for a reason. It's like a lot of people know the truth, and people are cheering me on through DMs and messages, yeah, but they themselves cannot, are not ready to step and speak out, okay? So, you know, all you can do is have compassion for one another. Do not use the word wrong. No, that's wrong. Don't do that. That's ego, and that's manipulation. There's no right or wrong. We're all right. It's all right. It's just your perception is right from your point of view, and the other perception is right from their point of view. So you cannot tell anybody that they're really wrong. What you can do is, you know what, let me correct you for a second, or you know what, I know it in this other form. because we need to learn to coexist and acknowledge and validate each other's, and that's how we keep the hate low. Oh, Nossa Senhora de Fatima. Okay. Fran, do you know anything about that? So Fran was a client of mine. She's and a good friend, and she's been having the same nightmares, same dreams, and things like that. And yeah, another thing is some people, when you start to speak to this to your friends, some people are gonna be like, oh, you're throwing out fear, and you're throwing out, how could you say these things, and blah blah blah. Just be like, look, if there's a hurricane coming, what would you do? If you knew that there's a hurricane, what would you do? You would just stay silent? No. We prepared, right? And this happened a lot. This happened a lot with the weatherman. This happened huge here in Miami with the weatherman. There was this amazing, beautiful meteorologist that was like, you guys, there's a Category 5 coming. There's a Category 5 coming. And he, nobody listened to him. Everybody thought that he was putting fear, and people, like, everybody put him down, that meteorologist. Well, he became the top meteorologist after that because he called it, and it destroyed the city. And the hurricane came. So it's exactly like this. So just tell people that. Be like, look, just prepare, okay? Okay, she showed up for 3 kids, Fatima, talking about World War III. Exactly. I can't tell, like, World War III is already happening, and it's just happening through our brains and through the mental manipulation. And it's happening in other dimensions, for real, for real. I don't know if it's gonna go into, like, the Civil War. I don't know if it's gonna go into a world war. I haven't seen that yet. But I know, and if it goes into a world war, we're gonna have to brace ourselves. Also, and one last thing. I mean, I'm open to talk about anything, but one last thing that it just kind of came up, and this is a very painful part, at least for me, and it's gonna be painful for you, and I have to say it. There are gonna be people close to you. I'm gonna prepare you. Just like I already know for me, it's gonna happen too. There are gonna be people close to you that are gonna walk into the fire. Those are gonna be some of your friends. Those are gonna be the people. Exactly. Those are gonna be your friends. They're the ones that are gonna buy guns. And all you can do is try to tell them the truth, try to explain it to them. But if they don't get it, they don't get it. And you're gonna have to send out love, and you're gonna have to pay respects if they go into the fire. And just know that this is all part of evolution, okay? This is all part of evolution. One of my best friends, who unfortunately I don't consider that person my best friend anymore, is going to buy weapons. And it's not that he's not my best friend because he's gonna buy weapons. It's not that. It's that he's not my best friend because my level of consciousness is so different now. It's so different. He cannot see what I see. This person is still in denial. And I cannot force him to see what I see. I can just love him and wish him well. And I'm very scared for my friend. But I can only love him, and just, he thinks he's doing the right thing, and this is what is gonna happen. People are gonna do these things and they think that they're doing the right thing. Just let it be as part of the evolution process. And it's a very hard thing to do, to let somebody walk into the fire, but this is part of the evolution process. We reincarnate, we have beautiful bodies, they will come back again in a different form. Hi, you wanna go in? Of course you wanna go in. My dogs wanna go in. I'm gonna open the door for them, and then I'll be right back. Come on. Okay. Coronavirus equals mind virus, which is war on the mind. Yeah, well, the coronavirus, thank you for saying that. The coronavirus is the corona, is your crown chakra. And this is where God can communicate with you. If you open this up enough, this is where all your information comes from. This is the fifth and sixth dimensions. This is where you can see the ETs, and you can see them flying, and you can see them talking to you, and you can, it's just amazing. It's beautiful. Well, they're gonna fuck up with that crown, okay? That's the war. Okay, spring of 1917, the children reported apparitions of an angel, and starting in May 1917, apparitions of the Virgin Mary, whom the children described as the lady more brilliant than the sun. Beautiful. Show up for 3 kids in Fatima. Talking about the events of 13th of October became known as the miracle of the sun. That's beautiful. Gosh, I love this lipstick, but damn. That's beautiful. I don't know, guys. I come from the sun too. That's so cool. That's part of my DNA. Like, there's civilizations there. It's so beautiful. And then I come from also Pleiades. I was one of the, so my higher self was one of the creators of the planet, along with other creators of the planet. And it's this beautiful blonde-haired, long-haired, blue-eyed, white being. It's so beautiful. So I'm I'm embodying that, but in a beautiful tan skin this time, and big brown eyes. So, okay guys, I'm gonna let you go. I love you all. And I did represent the youngest one at school show. Oh, so I don't know these kids. I have to study these kids. I don't know anything about this. But look, it came to there's a connection between you guys, because you're talking about it, Fran, and then Dana Zira. Sorry if I didn't say your name right. Dana is talking about Fatima. So you guys were meant to have this conversation. That's great. All right, guys, I love you all. I wish you well. Everything's gonna be okay. Go back to this. And just love yourselves, and just know that you have the power with your heart. The electromagnetic field is the strongest field that we emit, and it's so far. It's like 50 feet wide, guys. Okay, it's like 50 feet wide. So you are fucking powerful, all right? There's no excuse, okay? Use it, all right? And if you have any questions, reach out to me, you know? If you really want to understand how the power of your body works, the power of your mind works, book a consultation. I have 30 minutes and an hour. I mean, plenty of time. All right, I love you all. And I'll catch you next time. Be blessed. Everything's gonna be fine. Move like a snake through the sand, and everything's gonna be okay. God bless.